Good morning, everyone. I'm Cheryl, and today, before I begin my speech, I would like to share a piece of news with you. And the news is British banker charged with killing two prostitutes in Hong Kong. In November this year, two prostitutes were found murdered by a banker in Hong Kong. And according to a report, one of the victims was naked when she was found tied up in a suitcase, and the other woman had suffered a series of knife wounds around her neck, face, and her back. And this kind of news is not an exception in nowadays, because it is only one example from lots of cases. Therefore, more and more people start to think, how can we do to help the lost prostitutes to have a safer workplace? So that's what I'm going to talk about. Today my topic is the prostitution should not be legalized in Taiwan. And it is my outline today. First, I will give you the introduction. Then I'm going to show you reasons why the prostitution should not be legalized in Taiwan. And the third one is I will show you other ways to help the prostitutes. Then the last one is my conclusion. So now let's take a look at the viewpoint of the opponents who support the legalization of prostitution in Taiwan. And the first point is, they believe that legalization of prostitution can protect prostitutes from violence and exploitation. Besides, it can eliminate the discrimination against the prostitutes and also help the government to control the sex industry. But however, will legalizing prostitution be able to protect sex workers from violence and exploitation? Take the Netherlands, for example. Many illegal sex workers from other countries are still exploited by pimps or brothels. And besides, the problem of the human trafficking is a very serious problem in the Netherlands. According to the U.S. Department of State, in the year of 2009, there are more than 900 registered victims of the human trafficking. And besides, there are many prostitution who are exploited by their pimps. And take Taipei Snake Alley for another example, Huaxijie. And before 1997, the prostitution is legal in Taiwan, and the problem of teenager prostitutes is very serious in the area of Snake Alley. And the second point is that the opponents believe that legalizing prostitution can diminish the discrimination against the prostitutes. But however, people's moral value cannot be changed so easily in Taiwan, because most people believe that the prostitution will have the negative impact on the system of family or the children education. And besides, legalizing prostitution will bring some side effects, such as the sex tourism to the society. Take Germany, for example, the very famous for its red light district. And Alice Walzer, a feminist, And she recently condemned that the prostitution becomes a German scandal now, and which makes Germany becomes the paradise of horse masters. And besides more and more people now in Germany start to urge the government to ban the prostitution. So the last point is that expanding the opponent believes that legalizing prostitution can help the government to control its sex industry. But however, based on other countries' example, you can find legalizing prostitution can only expand the sex industry. And because it will increase the demand for prostitution in the sex market, and which might cause more children to be worked as a prostitutes. Besides, it will turn into an encouragement for people to work as prostitutes, because the government legalizing prostitution might be regarded as a kind of recognizing this work. And for example, take Germany for example. In 2002, the first year German government decided to legalize the prostitution in their country, and the number of prostitution in Germany was about 20,000. But in 2014, the number of prostitution is up to 70,000. So you can see the number of prostitutes in Germany is increasing now. Okay, so that's my conclusion. And today I give you some introduction of the legalizing prostitution. And besides the reasons why prostitution should not be legalized in Taiwan. But the most important thing is that prostitution should not become one of the choices of work in our country, because the most dangerous thing in this work is not the ban on the prostitution, but the work itself. So the best way for us to solve this problem is to help those women can fix themselves in other jobs, but not the prostitution. So this is my reference. Thank you.